Hi, I'm Kristen, and today I'll be talking about my favorite alien and UFO movies. So grab a drink, grab a bowl of popcorn, and stick with me as I get into a clip extravaganza. So I've spent a long time thinking about just my favorite films that are about the phenomena, so about contact, about aliens, about being an experiencer. And I just thought it would be far too hard to kind of settle on what my favorite films are to talk about, or even my favorite moments. There would just be endless amounts of moments that are in movies about contact that I could talk about. So instead, I thought it would be fun today to talk about just my favorite kind of scenes in movies that have like a big summertime vibe where they feel kind of like hot and hazy, and you can kind of empathize with the characters that are in these scenes, especially at this time of year. So before I get into the specific clips that feel like the most summery, I would like to put a big disclaimer of viewer discretion is advised. So some of these clips are from horror movies. Most of them are from horror movies. So there is mature content, possibly content that's too scary for children to see. And also spoiler alert, big spoiler alert, because some of these clips that I'm going to be showing today are kind of like the most standout memorable scenes from these movies. So if you haven't seen them already, or if you have any interest in seeing these films, but you don't want any of it kind of wrecked and spoiled, please click away or skip over those sections about those particular movies. Okay, so I'm going to be starting by talking about like the summer nights films. Just personal preference, but I really like the kind of feeling and the vibes of like hot summer nights, and how it's kind of like mysterious and a little bit creepy, but it's also because it's warm out, people feel more comfortable like spending longer amounts of time outdoors and outside in the dark. And it's just kind of like a really strong, like specific vibe that I really like. And so I'm going to get into those films first. And so the first movie I'll be touching about is Signs from 2002. And oh boy, this is possibly my favorite movie. Definitely my top three favorite movies. Probably the movie that I've watched the most in my life. And I will be definitely getting into a deep dive just about that movie in the future. But as it relates to what feels like the most summary in the movie, everything is kind of happening like outside or around town, like in kind of hot, warm weather. And specifically the scene where Graham, the father, he goes outside and kind of like checks his cornfield at night. It is such a memorable standout scene. So in this scene, Graham is going, he hears something and he goes and he sees the crop circle that's been left in his cornfields. And then he starts hearing something, and then he has a moment of contact. So I'm going to put that clip in now, and I hope you love it as much as I do.
Isabel, you're gonna feel very silly when this turns out to be all just make-believe.
You're wasting your time here. I'm not going to report this or anything you do to my crops to the news or TV or anybody. You're not going to get famous.
Okay, the second clip that I will be presenting about a summer night contact is from Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and that is from 1977. And so this movie, it just has so many notable, like completely like well-known moments that are just like known to even people that don't really even have contact and don't really know about the phenomena. Like there's just so many iconic pieces of like movie history that occur in this film. And so for that reason, it was really hard to kind of pick out what my favorite summary moment was. But I focused on Barry, the little child, and kind of like his first major moment of contact in the film. And so in this particular scene, Barry is woken up in the night and all of his toys are going off. And then he kind of like runs out into the night in the yard. And it's so picturesque and it's so accurate to what so many of us have gone through as children. Waking up in the night to sounds and poltergeist activity and just electronics turning themselves on. I mean, I know that this was a part of my experiences, and so many others. And so it's just a scene that I really love, and I love the joy that is coming from Barry as all of this is occurring.
Of the shape of a square, if you really want to find it. So look with care for the shape of a square. Look all around. Can you find it? Okay, now let's look around for a square. Is the door shaped like a square? No, it's shaped like a rectangle. It has two long sides and two short sides. If you really want to find it, so look with care for the shape of a square. Look all around. Can you find it? Okay, now let's look around for a square. Is the door shaped like a square? It's shaped like a
going through the police down there.
Bill, do me a favor. Go home. Just go home, okay?
No, wait. After you taste my coffee. Just sit down, will you?
Barry?
Herschel, this is very sweet of you. It's better than the hot. Did you find out?
Honey?
Well, I can all work.
Like who?
Well, like for starters, the hospital authorities, the better health services,
Honey?
the attorney's office, the bar association. I even thought
Barry!
the investigator. Would you believe 270
Barry! Barry!
ponies? That's about $27 million. That's a lot of money.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, and then in the third clip of Summer Night Contact that I'd like to show, it's from Independence Day, which was released in 1996. And so this is one of those movies that probably anybody growing up in the 90s saw many, many times. So I saw it opening night and lots of times afterwards. And even though most of the film doesn't feel too summery, there's like a lot of discussion happening in like catastrophe, war, decision-making rooms. There were moments where there were people that were like getting ready to party and getting ready to contact the aliens, just couldn't say what their reasoning is for it. If they just don't want to be here, they just thought it would be fun to be in contact with other types of beings. But it just felt so summery. It just reminded me of like nights out in New York City when people are going out partying and not thinking about consequences of their actions and stuff like that. And so I also wanted to kind of point out that while this does feel very summery, it's also very pertinent to like kind of what people are doing now in relation to CE5. So a lot of people kind of just go outside and look to the sky and they call in whatever will come. And I know that Independence Day is not the most realistic film, and fingers crossed nothing like that ever ends up happening. But it's kind of a testament to this idea of you don't know what will be responding to you when you kind of reach out to them. And so all of these people are standing on a rooftop and like they have signs like saying welcome and beam me up and stuff like that. And they're not realizing that like what is above them is not good. It's not benevolent. And so that's just something to keep in mind, even in this current day and age and just normal life, that when you kind of look out into the abyss looks back to you, and you don't know if you're getting something good or something bad. And these two clips that I'm going to put together of all these party goers kind of shows like, like there could be really bad consequences to this.
This is the Los Angeles Police Department. Please vacate the premises immediately for your own safety.
Mrs. Whitmore?
You must leave now.
First lady secured. We're on the move.
Time's up.
then the last summer night contact clip that I will be showing is from the movie No One Will Save You from 2023. And so this is a film that kind of flew under the radar. Not too many people have watched it, I believe, but within like horror circles, people that are horror fans, there's kind of like a split down the middle of whether people kind of sort of like it as kind of like a fun alien flick, and other people that just like absolutely love this film. There's just it's completely wild. There's a lot of really crazy action scenes. Almost reminds me a little bit of A Quiet Place, if you've seen that film. No One Will Save You is crazier and a bit gorier, but it has like that kind of pacing and just like a lot of things happening. And it kind of very explicitly shows grays. And so, well, this scene that I'm going to show, it kind of happens inside a house, so you can't really see just how summery it is. It has the air of being summery. And the rest of the film, that when there are outdoor scenes, it does seem like warm weather. And just inside this house, it's like cozy and just like hot. It reminds you of like kind of like being in your grandmother's house in the summer. So in this clip, I'm going to be showing just this gray that has gotten into this woman Bryn's home, and she's not had contact before to her knowledge, and she's scared, and just like items and are just like kind of like moving themselves in some cases like quite dramatically. And so in this case, she is kind of hidden behind a fridge and gets scared by a gray on the other side of it. Okay, and then the next movie that I would like to talk about that might be a bit controversial. Some people might say it's an alien movie. Some people might say it's a monster movie or a Godzilla movie, is Cloverfield. I know that this is an absolute love it or hate it film. I absolutely love Cloverfield. I saw it when it first came out in theater, much like Independence Day, and I loved it. I couldn't love it anymore when it first came out, and then I watched it again many years later, and it is held up so well. So if you are somebody that likes found footage films like Blair Witch Project, Cloverfield it was wonderful. It still is wonderful. It is held up really well. And so the kind of alien, I believe it's an alien that shows up. It kind of falls out of the sky, and we see this in kind of like the last clip of the movie. And I will put in a clip here of kind of the two of the main characters that are like talking to each other, and it's like a flashback old cut through footage, and shows them kind of like going to a carnival, and you could see like out of the basket of the ride that they're on that there's this kind of object falling.
What I'm talking about. Come on. Admit it, you are going to miss me a little bit, right? Oh, yeah, we'll see. Okay, yeah, all right. All right, we're almost out of tape. We got like 3 seconds left. What do you want to say? What do you want to say? Last thing to the camera.
I had a good day.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, yeah, all right.
So based on that clip, it does look like this being is an alien that kind of just like came from space, came from another plane, just came from somewhere, and it fell into the ocean, and then it was just this one being kind of created all this mayhem and havoc. And so the clip that I'd really like to point out, it happens kind of close to the end of the film, and it's kind of when the last characters that are kind of alive, they end up feeling like we're getting away, we're not going to be near this being anymore, we're safe. And they're on a helicopter, and things don't go well, and they end up landing in Central Park while everything is still just going to hell.
You guys are here! Knock it down! I think they got him! Yeah! That's the shit right there! That's what I'm talking about! Please, God! Oh, please, God! Jesus Christ, I'm sorry! I'm so sorry, God, please, no! Oh, my God! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Yeah, what? I guess I think so.
I can't move my arm. Help me, you gotta help me.
Okay.
Come on, help me. I know, we're gonna get you out of here. Come on. Get over to the other side, you gotta pull him out. Come on.
Okay.
Don't say it. Take a sip.
Okay, all right, I got it. Come on.
Let's go.
My leg!
I know. It's okay, you're fine. You're okay.
Stop the bleeding, okay? Okay?
Yes, you are. You are going to be able to.
Okay. All right, listen, we gotta get out of here, okay?
Which way?
We just gotta get away from here because I think it's gonna explode. All right? Okay. Come on. Okay, let's go this way. Come on, you come on. Okay. Wait. Hold on, wait a second. What? Oh! Oh no!
Okay, so Cloverfield moved from the nighttime into the daytime. So I'm going to kind of segue into kind of more daytime types of films that are related to like summertime contact. And so in this clip, this is going to be from War of the Worlds from 2005. So it's not super duper summery, but it happens during Labor Day weekend. And like there are a lot of people that are kind of like out and communicating with each other and just kind of around while the phenomena is kind of occurring. So in this particular clip, there are obviously like many moments, as with other Spielberg movies, that are like major standout moments that are iconic in film history, specifically related to War of the Worlds. And so instead of showing like the tripod, which I consider more robotic rather than alien or UFO related, I'm going to kind of show my clip, my favorite clip from the movie, which is when the father, Ray, he goes outside his backyard and he's kind of out there right next to all of his neighbors and he sees that something is happening in the sky. And so while it looks like this really crazy storm, like you can tell by the characteristics of what's going on that it's not a storm. Everything that is happening is related to some type of craft or UFO or, again, just like contact phenomena that is happening in the sky.
You ever see something like that?
Springtime, maybe. Not this time of year. Come on. You can see better from the backyard. So weird.
What?
The wind is blowing toward the storm.
That is weird.
Rachel, want to see something cool? Okay.
Want to go inside?
It's okay. Huh?
Want to go inside?
Okay, you go ahead.
That's enough weather for me.
Want to go by myself?
It's kind of fun, isn't it?
No.
Well, it's the 4th of July.
No, it's not.
Oh, see. It's okay. You're fine.
He hid right behind our house.
Yeah, well, it's not gonna hit there again. Okay? Because lightning doesn't strike twice in the same place. Shit!
Where's Robbie?
I don't know.
Is Robbie okay? Are you okay?
Where's the thunder?
I want to stop! Is it over?
Okay, and then my favorite movie moment that happens on like a kind of bright, hot summery day occurs in the movie Nope, and that came out in 2022. And so in this clip, the character Ricky Jupe Park, he is kind of like this rancher. And so he's working with this horse, and he has a whole audience of people that are waiting for him to kind of call in this UFO from the hills. And while Ricky typically has like a set time when he knows that this UFO or this living being is going to come through, this particular day it came through early, and it had like a very unexpected kind of result.
What if I told you that in about an hour, you'll leave here different? See, every Friday for the last 6 months, my family and I have bore witness to an absolute spectacle. One that you'll be seeing here today. So let me take you back to that first night. Right here in this exact spot, I come over to wrangle a chestnut horse named Trigger. Now, I could barely see my hand in front of my face for the fog, but I swear on my wife and children's lives that at 6:13 p.m., I see a flying saucer descend through the mist. Old Trigger took off straight into the gulch. Well, it's like he was going home. Now, just to be clear, what we saw was a flying saucer, no doubt about that. Slightly flatter in the front, with a circular hole in the bottom about 2 school bus lengths wide. Ladies and gentlemen, I kid you not. We are being surveilled by an alien species I call the viewers. And though they have yet to emerge from their ship, I believe they trust me. If they didn't, I don't think any of us would be here right now. So as I said, in just under an hour, Star Lasso experience is gonna change you. But first, my boys are gonna come out and do a little number for us. Would that be all right?
Alpha, go, go, go.
All right, my little satellites, Colton, Phoenix, Max. Remember those names, folks. All right, here we go. Stay in your seats. This is new. They're early.
They're giving us a real show today.
That they are. They're giving us a real show today. They're ready, we're ready.
Welcome to the Star Lasso Experience, only at Jupiter's Claim. Please remember to avoid using your cell phones or any flash photography during the event.
Bear with us now. Trained animals can be unpredictable.
Now sit back, stay in your seats, and enjoy the Star Lasso Experience.
Okay, apologies if that was a little bit too creepy or too scary. The final scene of kind of like this living UFO jean jacket just kind of like sucking everybody up is it's kind of disturbing, but I really like this movie just because it kind of turns the whole genre on its head. It is very cinematic. The wide shots are beautiful in this film. But then when we finally see kind of like what this UFO is that was presented through the whole rest of the film, it's like kind of shocking that it's organic, and it's kind of like a flipping of like what we see happening with the phenomenon where people see like these short grays, and even though you would think a short gray is biological, a lot of people say that it's like an organic robot or something that has like actual skin on top of like robotics on the inside, and it seems like backwards in this case. Like nobody really thinks about a UFO itself being living, but in this film it was. So yeah, it's just really interesting, and again, it's one of like the haziest, hottest types of like kind of like feeling scenes related to the phenomena, and because it's not happening at night, it makes it kind of like even more shocking and even more like strange feeling when you're watching this clip, just because it's so rare that you kind of see horror and you see something that's so creepy kind of like happening in just like broad bright daylight. And then I'm going to kind of end this kind of clip show with a movie that everybody knows and loves, E.T. from 1982. And this is moving from like regular daylight into sunset. And so this is just like such a sweet little clip of like the character E.T. and all the little boys that are kind of trying to save him, like Elliot and his friends, trying to get away from the police and get E.T. away from all these like professionals and researchers and all this. And they kind of just go flying up into the sky on their bikes, and it makes like the very iconic imagery of like the bikes going over the sun as the sun is setting. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this clip and have a kind of like nice, warm, fuzzy feeling to kind of like close this out.
Space, and we're taking him to a spaceship.
Well, can't he just beam up?
This is reality, Greg.
Keep him back! No! Hold him back! No guns! They're children! No! No! No!
Where are they? There's nobody here!
Where are we going?
To the forest! Follow me!
Got him at the bottom of the hill. This is Unit 302. We've cut the kids off at the bottom of the hill. Send backup units. Burn it out.
Let's split up!
Okay!
Tell me when it's over!
So thank you for being here with me today, and I hope you enjoyed all of these clips, and I hope you have a wonderful summer.